Hi, the real struggle I'm having with this one. This was the one I did yesterday. Bit of a mess really. But this is probably a real problem trying to do it in acrylic, trying to abstract it. So I'm going to paint the sky first. I've just gone over this foreground so many times. I'll just squeeze out some more yellow ochre. So my basic palette is yellow ochre, cadmium yellow, viridian, burnt umber, burnt sienna, ultramarine, cadmium red, orange. There we are. Masterson's Stay Wet palette. So I'm going to put in a sort of a grassy foreground, but I don't want it to be representational. I'm going to try and get away from that. We'll mix a bit of green in with that as we go. It was just this the brightness that made me take the. Well, it wasn't actually. I was a bit late. My mate pointed it out to me. This isn't the Pro Art one. So I'm going to lose quite a few hairs on this, I think. So we'll just smother that with a load of paint. It's a sort of an abstracty, the best I can do with it really, whatever comes. So we'll put in a bit of autumny colours in here. And as that builds up a surface, we can go over it. Bit of nice shadow cast from the clouds. Right, okay, that'll be for a start. I'll use two of those, I think. Where's my Pro Art? I've got a Pro Art. Oh, here it is. Right. Okay. Now, bit of a sky. Now, it was the sun came out, and it lit up this fabulous willow, which was an absolute incredible. But I was a bit late with the photograph. I thought, how the heck am I going to paint a willow tree? But well, we'll muck about with the paint. Nothing happens, so I'll scrap the video, but and come back to it maybe tomorrow. But so we'll invent a sort of a sky. The light was coming from the left on this. So these clouds sort of coming up. Bit of burnt umber. Get in some darker burnt umber, bit of ultramarine, well, a bit more ultramarine than that. I've had a real bad day with painting. It happens to all of us. There were a couple of good days and then you struggle, probably because of a mindset that might be a bit negative. All right, let's get some blue distance in there, I think. This is abstract, so I'm not going for a realistic colour. just a bit of blue and red, cab red. Create an impression of a bit of distance. My Willow's going to go over that. And this. Right, okay. Now, Viridian and cadmium yellow, that's a lovely mix. And you can get your greens in, rich greens in. Let's put a bit over there. I want some nice. Right, okay, now the Willow. Getting the counter change there. Let it dry a little bit. That's sort of nearly dry. Let's get a bit of light in there. I'm just going to clean the palette. Just get some more light back in the sky. Get some of that cloud behind the. I was trying to get it diffuse earlier, but I started to work too closely to the photograph, and it all just started to go wrong. So then my willow tree is going to go in there. This lighter green is going to go in here. This is an 1.5 inch Pro Arts varnish brush. They're very good. All my acrylic brushes that I'm using currently are these Pro Arts brushes. They're quite inexpensive for what they are. These are, I've had these for about a year now, or perhaps at least 9 months, and I've used them exclusively for the acrylic, and I quite like them. Now I want a bit of a lighter cloud. Oh. Lots of colour. Let's get a bit of red in. That's too green there, but I'm going to do a bit of this foreground here, that light coming across. And a bit showing through there. A little bit of mauvey colour, made from ultramarine mainly and cad red. Just put some shadow back in there. Put the shadow on that side of the willow tree. It's going to be the willow tree anyway. I'm just going to change that horrible colour there. Clean my brush. So a bit of yellow ochre, bit of cad red, bit of white. Now that's going to clash with the brightness of the willow catching the lights, but we might have to put that in slightly darker and change the whole concept of it. Open up some of this there. Okay. So the willow is totally smothered in this gorgeous bronzy colour. So maybe we can show it like to the outside of it, and then we can maybe put on some real good light in there. So quite close tone picture coming up. Bit of umber. Put a bit of shadow in it. Well, so we'll enhance the green, I think. It's a bit wet for the moment. And I'll start to put in that tree that's to the right of the willow. We'll change the colour of that to a bit of autumny colour. Right, the bit here now. Got lots of colour. Just keep working. Well, that's me. You do your picture how you do it, but I'm just trying to create a lot of different reds and greens in here to sparkle against each other, the complementary colours. Well, brighter along there now. These are the, this is the grass catching the light. And we'll get darker as we come over the other side. So bit of green, bit of viridian, bit of yellow. So, but we don't want it too dark. The photograph shows it very dark. But then photographs do overexpose or make darks darker and lights lighter. Right, okay, now even more brilliance on there, I think. Touch of white in that, yellow. A little bit of viridians in there. I've got a little bit of. No, I don't like that. I'm going to just go back over the top of that with some viridian and some alizarin. Shadow in there now, shadow there, underneath this willow. I'm trying to show the willow, but it's very close in tone there. But if I can enhance it, don't like that. On the right of the tree, but enhance the shadow on the tree, maybe we'll stand a chance. So, bear with me when I just put the shadow in here. So I start off painting it dark and then add the light. I might have to go over that again, that's going to bit too solid there. That was a bit of a mistake, but I think a bit of something in there. It's just a little bit too dull in there. So let's just put in some of that. But I'm just going to dry this. You can do this with acrylic, you can't do it all. I'm going to dry that bit. This is coming on okay. It's nice abstracty. I'll use a smaller brush. Or one of my inch brushes. This cloth's getting so soaking wet now. Let's use another one. Oh no, a Shepherd Neame beer mat. Oh, one of my favourite beers. Shepherd Neame. Oh well. It's in a good cause. My favourite beer is Shepherd Neame from Faversham in Kent. Oh, it's raining now. Right, I'm just going to go over that now because I don't like it. Okay. Going to put some darker greens in there now, on that tree there while we're waiting for other things to happen. That's a viridian and alizarin, well, crimson anyway. Alright, let's carry on with that colour. In this bit here. And we can superimpose the light. Don't get dark again there. Right, well that's going to be me, what's name? Me Willow. And I want to get those yellows in. Or greens, shall I say. In here. Right, if I put a bit of calligraphy in that, with my rigger. I can tone these down. This one here. It's a bit of burnt umber mixed with ultramarine. There's so much foliage on that side, or on that one, that we're not going to see too much. Too many or any branches. a very little autumn colour in that tree. So we just reduce the intensity of those trunks. Now I want to go over that now, the willow tree, and try to make it look like a willow. Now I'll go back to the colours. It's like a sort of very bit of burnt sienna, bit of yellow, and a bit of white just to lighten the whole thing. I can't copy this, I mean it's just too difficult. Sketching the high spots on that. It's supposed to be golden, but it don't look too golden. Right, then we can go back with a little bit of dark on there. Put in a bit of a light green. Right, we'll let that dry a little bit, or we try and put a bit more detail in, and then we'll just come in with some too white. Supposed to be a light ochre. Ah, yes. Let's have a look at the screen. My willow tree doesn't look much like a willow tree, does it? But the landscape's coming on, okay. I mean the foreground. We just reduce the impact of all this. Let's just put it back in the landscape a little bit. Now, get some of that light. Right, I'm going to go over this again. I'm trying to get that golden sort of green, gold green. I'm just going to dry it again. It's a real pain. Right, let's get that the darker colour in the background. These are like the shadows. Maybe by painting it darker, it will highlight the lights that subsequently go on it. I'm mixing a bit of red with the umber. Just try and get that shape. A bit of this warm dark in here. Just a bit of texture. Just taking a nice dry brush now. There's so many blobs, little tiny blobs on it. You can go over it with dragging strokes. Let's just bring that sky there down over that background a little bit. It's just a little bit too high. So just a touch of red, touch of ochre and a bit of white. that on the left, that's the sky on the left here, that's where my light is supposed to be coming from. Right, I'm nearly there. I can't do much more, but what I'm going to do, I think, is to, I was going to put it in a frame, in a mount, but let's use a bit of rigour. A little bit of green in there as well. Still can't get that colour. It's probably cadmium yellow and a bit of red and a lot of white. Quite a bit of white actually. Just draped over. That's all it is. It's just lots of fronds of massively populated branches with all these lovely, lovely leaves. Let's go even light on that. Well, it is an abstract of a willow tree. Just put in some of that autumny colour on there. I don't think it's really working. But I want to put in some of that light on that tree now, and on over here, just to brighten things up. So me yellow, me viridian, catching the light. Right, let's put it in a mount and have a look. It's a good way to see, isn't it? To see what it would look like if it was in a frame, and it does add a lot to the picture. Let's just clip. That's there. That's there. Well, I can only say it's a sort of an abstract impression. I've struggled with it, as you can see, but I don't think it is too bad actually. I think we've got nice, this looks nice on the screen from what I'm looking at my little camcorder screen. Let's come round. Let's come zoom out. It's certainly a painting, but there's me Willow, but it doesn't look much like a willow, does it? It's got these lines. I'm going to have to break those up a bit. I'll do that. Right, bear with me. You can't see any lines in the tree other than shadows. So let's just go back with some more of this. Well, I'm going to let that go. I can't do any more to it. Well, not today anyway. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's zoom out. So see it in the mount. All right, hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye bye.